Notice there's a yellow box here. Okay, so when we added linear expressions, we really could just combine like terms. When we subtract them, we're going to be combining like terms, but we have to do one thing before anything. Okay, so we want to subtract the second expression from the first expression. So I'm going to do negative 4x minus 1 minus negative 2x minus 4. So you see I have a minus and then another one there. So we're subtracting this whole thing. So this subtraction symbol, if you remember in that in the skills review, when we were multiplying by -1, when we were distributing by -1, that's what we're really doing. We're distributing by a -1. So what's that's going to do? It's going to change all the signs. So here's a trick. When we're subtracting an expression, change the signs of the second expression. Okay, let's change the sign. So negative 4x minus 1 stay the same. And now we can change it to plus. Okay, so I'm going to say plus. So that's the one thing we've changed, plus. And then we're going to have, instead of a negative 2x, we're just going to have 2x, positive 2, plus 4. Okay, so you can see now the signs changed, negative to positive, minus to a plus. And now let's combine like, now we can combine like terms. So I got negative 4x and a positive 2x. And then I have a negative 1, because that's a minus 1, negative 1 plus 4. Let's combine these two together. Negative 4, you owe me $4, you give me $2. That means you still owe me $2. So 2x, don't forget the x, plus negative 1, you owe me $1, but then you give me 4. So that means now I have $3. So negative 2x plus 3, that is it. All right, let's try it one more. Same thing. Subtract the second expression from the first expression, then simplify. All right, how did you do? Okay, remember, first step, let's write them all out as a subtraction problem. Okay, remember we're subtracting a negative 5.6x plus 2.7. Okay, so remember the first expression stays the same, but then the subtraction we're going to change to an addition, and that means everything inside change the signs. So this negative 5.6 becomes a positive 5.6x, minus 2.7 becomes, so adding 2.7 becomes minus 2.7. Okay, combine like terms. What will go with 6.9x? 6.9x, 5.6x. We're going to add them. And then what goes with 3.8? Negative 2.7, so it'll be minus 2.7, like that. And now we can just solve. Okay, so 6.9 plus 5.6x will give us 12.5x. Okay, and then 3.8 minus 2.7 will give us 1.1. And there we are. Okay, so it's easy. The only extra step you have to do is just to make sure we change the signs. Okay, so it went from, this negative to a positive, and it went from a plus sign to a minus sign. That's the only change that we have to do when we subtract linear expressions.